either public-private partnerships and or if there's a will to do them. You know, there may not be a will to even proceed with some of these larger scope, or the swimming pool at Merritt is a perfect example. That may be something that there never ends up being a will to even do that project. So that would fall off. But if the majority of these projects were to move forward, you're looking at somewhere between $800 million to $1 billion as the big number, including the work here at the district offices.
And do you have a breakdown of roughly phase 1, 2, 3 for each of those?
Yes, I do. And, you know, it's somewhere for each one of them. You want them verbally or?
Sure.
Oh, okay. For Alameda, phase 1 is again, these numbers are, there's some wiggle room in here.
I don't personally need them by each college.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'd eventually like to see that. But
I haven't aggregated them together by phase yet. I would need to do that. I did it per college.
Okay. If you have something you want to hand to us, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. And then did you have a response to the transportation issues up at Merritt?
Oh.
How we deal with this ongoing problem?
That is an issue, and how you address it. You know, there have been talks about having shuttle buses that go to the BART station or to the bus stops. You know, the issue there is they continually. I live in that general area around Merritt, and they continually decrease bus service to that area, and so that has made a bad problem even worse, because you can't get there in off hours and off times. Only during basic Monday through Friday peak school hours that the buses run with any regularity, between 8 to 4 or 5, and after that it becomes problematic. So I think part of that is some negotiations, discussions with the with the transit agency, as well as looking at the possibility of the Merritt having some sort of transportation component that will take students and people down to those areas where they need to do services and shopping. And the second part of that has to do with the development of the 30-some acres across the street. That can be very crucial to the life and liveliness of Merritt campus as well, and how that gets developed and what it gets developed into will make a big difference as to the need actually to go elsewhere, or whether or not it can become a self-contained environment like a lot of college campuses are.
Trustee, let me also add to that there has been discussions and consideration that for the future that the district needs to have a sort of shuttle that will go between both colleges, Laney, College of Alameda, and Merritt, as a way to be able to move students around. Because what we are finding is that there are students that are taking courses in these 2 or 3 colleges right now, and that is intended to continue. That is one part. Then the other piece is that over time, say in the next 20 years, 25 years, the district does have capacity in its bond program to be able to raise up to that much, 800 million in its bond capacity as a district for the 650,000 people that lives in our county. At what stage that you can access some of those monies will depend on the needs and the growth at that particular time. And also, some of the projects that have been mentioned in the phase 3 will be contingent on having some partnership as chipping in, and also assistance from the State Chancellor's office to leverage the current funding and future fundings.
You know, I'd like to just quickly mention that, to me, what we're looking at, as Mr. Moss stated, a series of issues and ideas and suggestions and concepts that get us thinking. That get us thinking out over an extended period of time. And number 2, the board's going to be called upon to approve a facilities master plan on the 24th of this month. And we're not going to be approving something that is going to be locked into concrete. Many times the speakers have talked about this being a living document. It in fact will be a living document. In my mind, when I vote for it, I will be voting for it as a thought process that's been given to a lot of the characteristics and the projected needs of our total service area. But you know, this isn't the kind of thing that we're going to approve on the 24th. It's automatically going to start shifting programs between colleges. It's automatically going to start putting swimming pools up at Merritt College, et cetera, et cetera. It's a way of developing a vision, recognizing that it's not finite, and that the world could be changing dramatically. We have no, and I'm sure everybody recognizes this, but no way that we can ensure that history is going to repeat itself. An awful lot of what, in my mind, again, what we feed off of is the industrialization of this area. An awful lot of the formulas coming out of the state are truly designed for Southern California high growth areas or the valley areas and not the urban areas. And the degree to which the number of our students come out of the industrialized and business concentrations that we have in the Bay Area, to my mind, will dictate how we're going to grow. Trustee Galassa.
First of all, thank you, Bill. I agree with everything you just said. And what I wanted to point out was that when I first came on the board here about 4 years ago, there was no district-wide planning. There were no educational master plans that were for each of the colleges that were as directional as the current plans are. And we had no real facilities master plan either. We're building, I don't want to say willy-nilly, but we were building more under political duress, what we wanted locally here, who was the strongest, who can get something done, as opposed to an intelligent plan that would guide us into the future. So tonight here, as I sit here and I see all of this that you've presented us with, and I know we have good, strong educational master plans. We have a means of funneling all of these master plans together into what we might call a district-wide educational master plan. And Moss has shown us how to bridge between these master plans and the and our facilities master plan. And the whole thing shapes up into a strategic master plan that it really is a vision. It is not, these are not finished architectural drawings. These are concepts, designs, and I think everyone here can be reassured that this plan is not going to drive all allocations instantly, as you said, and that this is, that it's all going to be conditioned by local need and state funding and district politics and private partnerships and the like, and all of this is going to, these combination of pressures and a vision of where we might go, I think will make us all a much better, much more, well, I would say profoundly better district, and increase our capacity to really serve our students in a way that they deserve to be served. So with that again, and reminding everyone here that all of the stakeholders still have a good grip on the stakes that they've driven into this enterprise. And I want to thank the presenters up to this point for at least providing a vision, a kind of wish list, maybe, maybe not, et cetera. But I think at this point it would be premature for all of us to hammer down and begin to exclude elements of the vision, et cetera, with the exception that was raised by President Chong, the concern of the shifting of the, I will say, the burden of enrollment in our district, the reduction to 1/3 of the total what shall we say, the enrollment that we have here at the
Trustee Galassa
might be examined.
Trustee Galassa, I want to take exception to what Frank said, because Frank speaks for Frank. And I really believe if you shift increase each of the college by 2%, Laney goes down to around 36%. I don't think it's unrealistic to understand that as Berkeley City grows or as Merritt grows in its health program, that the overall proportion of students may drop at Laney. Doesn't mean Laney's going to get smaller, it'll get bigger. But actually, as you grow, there's going to be some shifting around. So people got to accept that as part of the reality, because we're not going to do that. This plan means nothing. It really has got to be about programs that are driving where students want to go, not where colleges want to go. And if students want to take